Hey there, it's the Machine of Nonsense, episode 172, and we are talking everything coming to screens in July 2024. Half of the year is over, folks. That's insane. It is the last day of June as we record, and that's not fair. That is not. I'm your host, Eric, joined as always by Kayla.
Hey.
And Mike.
Sunset in July. Rockers by my side? Is that what he says in that?
If it's not, then it is now, you know? And D.
Yeah, chef.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Hey, good one.
He did it.
He
got it.
He did the thing. He said the thing, guys. He said the thing. Yeah, so we're talking July, but we probably also have to talk a lot of June because it's been a while since we've recorded. We need to catch up. We need to see what everyone's been up to. As D kind of, teased there, the bear came out this month, guys, and there's also bears in the Elden Ring DLC. I don't know if that's spoilers for everyone, but there are bears in Shadow of the Erd Tree as well. Big release, and a couple of us been playing that one. A lot of other things as well. Mike, fresh off, killing an animal in real life.
Oh no!
What have you been doing in the virtual worlds, and what you've been watching? What you've been playing?
Killed a dancing lion. Was killed by an electric sheep. Life in the shadow realm of the Shadow Erd Tree realm, whatever. Playing a lot of that. I think you have played more than I have, actually. I've been busy, unfortunately, with non-Elden Ring things, which sucks because I only want to be playing Elden Ring. I really like it. Just exploring every nook and cranny of this map has been really fun so far. I've beaten 2 of the main bosses so far. Many more optional bosses, which they're like around every corner, it seems. Which is great. I like that a lot. Finding a lot of new cool things. I've already found this is a talisman that's perfect for my build, and these are cool weapons that work with, they scale with the stuff, my stats and things, and they do just a really cool Ash of War, and just love it so far. How about you guys?
Yeah, I think we're about 25-ish hours in at this point, and
yes.
I looked it up, and it seems like there's 10 big time bosses. There's 40 total bosses, I think, in the DLC, but there's 10 big time ones, and I think we've either got 8 or 9 down at this point.
Wow.
So we've been I've been hearing a lot of talk about the difficulty level and whatnot. I was very concerned going into it that my muscle memory wouldn't be there. And
the babies.
I've had a good time from, I told Kayla, I was like, my perfect definition of a Souls game is one where, you find a boss and it takes around, on average, about 3 times to beat it would be the ideal. If every boss took 3 times to beat. So you go in first time and it just rolls you because you have no idea what its attack patterns is. You're scared, you're in a new area, whatever else, and it gets you. Then your second time, you feel like, oh man, I made some mistakes and I lost, but if I hadn't done this, or maybe I summoned a different spirit ash or change up my tactics or something, I could get this guy. And then on the third try, it all goes well. And I feel like that's been the cadence as I've been going with this, has been okay, find a boss, struggle probably the first time, and then get it on the second or third try for the most part. There was one early boss, I think I had mentioned to you it in text, the Black Jail Knight, found out that it's pronounced jail, even though it's spelled Gaol. It's also pronounced shadow, even though it's spelled
Yeah.
skidoo.
Skidoo.
So that's weird.
I love that. I like it.
Yeah, it's a lot of old English stuff.
Curse you, J.R.R. Martin.
But yeah, so I probably took me a dozen tries on that asshole early on. But then I got the armor that it drops, and I've been rocking and rolling ever since. So
You know who that guy is, basically?
no,
Is
no,
he's
I don't.
Guts from Berserk. He's just Guts.
Okay, yeah. The armor
I
looks
didn't
like
know
it.
Guts had. He was the one I mentioned with the repeating crossbow.
Yeah.
That was wrecking my shit. I guess Guts has that.
Yeah, the arm crossbow.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so that's like just a straight reference to.
I have also found the cannon. I think that he gets later,
Oh.
later on.
Okay.
I can't use said cannon because it takes a lot of strength. I am not a strong character, but very cool. The Berserk references have been absurd in this one as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I guess those went right over my head, but I think what we found a progression map online and printed it out, and Kayla's been kind of guiding me. Like, I think you got to go to like this section of the map next. You know,
It's not a very good map.
it's not a great
not very
map.
It's not an easy map to navigate.
It's not.
That everything's kind of stacked.
Yes,
In the world,
and there's no way for you to
and
really
the map
see
does
that.
not delineate the leveling. Like you could be underground and you look at the map and it looks like you're on top of a mountain. You know, the topography is weird.
I was like underwater for a good couple hours yesterday, just like,
Right.
No, this map is useless kind of thing. But it's like kind of accidentally we've explored a lot of the map, and as we've done that, we've picked up like the Shadow Tree fragments and the Spirit Ash stuff, like the upgrade system for this new DLC, and that's made all the difference. That has been like it feels good to oh man, I found a fragment, oh, I found a Spirit Ash or whatever else, and I'll feel more confident going into like the next area or the next boss and stuff like that. And for the most part, I've felt much more in this DLC like empowered, and it feels a lot better to explore, I would say, in this than it ever really felt in the base game. I always felt like I was punished for exploring in the because of like the difficulty. But now I like my armor, I like my level, my fragment level, all of those things. I've gone into every boss feeling like, okay, I can, maybe it's going to take some tries, but I can beat this thing. I haven't hit like a,
Been
skills.
a couple that you've come back to.
Yeah.
Like, if we see on the map, like the map kind of has a number system, I'm like, oh wait, don't go there. That's like 14. We're only needing to be in like 5. That's a big boss. Don't go there.
Yeah. And no, but I'm at the end of the day, I'm really liking it. I think we're pretty much gonna be maybe we might be able to beat. I don't know how long the end game is or whatnot, but I think we might be able to beat it today or soon, and we'll see. I've heard the last boss is a toughie, so we'll see.
Cool.
Good time though. Good time with it.
Did you do it? Have you been doing it pre-patch or what? Like,
I guess I have both. I guess
you get the baby patch.
I guess a little bit of both. Because yeah, I haven't noticed any difference. I just I fought a boss today that was quite difficult. But took me a couple tries and got it. So I don't know. I don't know what the patches are doing, but no, it seems fair. Honestly, like it's weird. It's one of the but it has seemed like one of the most fair sections of a Soulsborne game that maybe I've ever played. Which is weird. But yeah, really enjoying it, and beautiful. Like I put it
Just
on quality mode, which I found was an option in the settings because I wanted to see I don't know that I can tell a difference because I didn't have it on quality mode for the first like 5 hours, and it was still just beautiful, like the flowers and stuff. So I don't know if there's much of a difference, but yeah, it is. That first game was pretty striking. Also, there for the base game, but there's just some areas in this that are like they're really amping up the colors and stuff like that in a big way.
I guess that opening when you walk out of the gravesite plane or whatever is just supposed. I guess if you match up the Castlevania 1 box art, it's like pretty close to just being that in modern, and it's the best like skybox of a game. You just look up and it's like so beautiful, but so horrific and and grotesque too. And they've mastered it every time they knock it out of the park with that, and I love it.
Did you recently buy the base game, D?
I was gifted the base
Okay,
game,
okay.
so
Have you jumped in at all?
a little bit.
Nice.
Loving it. It
How's
seems.
Samurai Jack doing?
I mean, like, I'm slowly progressing. I haven't really had a lot of time to dedicate to Elden Ring, and just been so tired. So I haven't had the mental fortitude to be like, all right, I've died a few times. I learned a thing. I'm going to bed.
It is heavy.
Yeah, I'll literally tell Kayla, I'm like, yeah, we might be making progress and stuff, but I get just like anxious, like it doesn't feel good sometimes to play, so I'll just be like, all right, I'm gonna set it down for tonight or something else. Yeah, we've got some time tonight maybe to play, but it's like gets my blood boiling, like it's scary and it's tense, and there's platforming, and that's always terrible. But yes, so I take breaks.
I like the dungeon stuff a lot in this one.
Lots of dungeons.
Yes, I'm always excited to just find a cave. It has the best cave, like just to be in a FromSoft cave there's nothing else like it. To just not know what's going, anything could be in that cave, and they will do any like. I just found random cave in a weird just blood cult of giants, just and it was. They frame it and they make you look like they know where your eyes are gonna go, and they've done that so many times in little optional areas where it's like this could be the coolest thing in any other game, and God, it's special. I don't know, if you're not playing Elden Ring, you're messing up.
Here.
Can confirm caves are pretty amazing. I stumbled upon my first cave, Dog Cave. So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
That's where you fight the Beast Man, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, Whirly Bird. He's he could be tough.
Yeah. Not yet, but I was smelling him out. So
the variety is so impressive. I think like some of the environments do get a little samey, but like they do a really good job of throwing different enemies at you and keeping it fresh in that way. Little surprise.
This is a poison cave.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
This is a scarlet poison cave.
These goblins have cannons on their heads,
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's great.
That one was took me a long time.
Yeah. That sucks.
But I did it. I explored every inch of that fucking thing.
Just finished that one recently. So Elden Ring, still good, even better with the DLC.
Yes.
Is DLC eligible for Nonsense of the Year? Is it? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know that we've ever had that conversation, so
shouldn't have had
to. Good stuff. Anything else aside from Elden Ring? I know Kayla and I have been watching all kinds of shit.
It's been I'm on episode. I finished 3 episodes of The Bear. That first episode, wow, really well done. Second episode was like, man, this is the end. Okay, this is the gang back together. The energy's here. And episode 3, I can kind of like might be my least favorite of the show.
Okay.
It's just kind of weak compared to like how good a good episode of The Bear can be. I don't know. It just they're trying different. It seems like they're taking different swings and like per episode.
Okay.
Which is bold and good by them. But it has been fantastic to just have it back, and just every time I'm like, oh, I love that character. I love this character. Wow, Oliver Platt. Oh man. Oh, Richie's back. Yes, this is great. Oh, they're screaming at each other. Yes, this is what I want, and I would love to see just a live version of this. So I think this show could make a great
stage play or something.
Yeah.
I agree.
And man, I don't know. I get goosebumps when the show's on all cylinders. And
it's funny you mentioned the play aspect. Kayla and I just recently watched Birdman, and I don't think Kayla liked it, but
I did not.
It's got the same like that frantic energy, and I feel like that I think of The Bear a little bit when I see that movie. D, where are you at with The Bear? You jumped in the new season?
I haven't jumped in yet.
Okay.
I was been, like I said, I got the kids over, so we've been kind of binging, all the animes and Disney shows and stuff. So that's been really fun.
What's been the hotness with the kids?
Recently they discovered the Owl House, so we've been watching that.
Oh yeah, that's big in our
really, that's really good. I've been enjoying it too. And God, what else have we been watching? It's just been really nice. I've just kind of hanging out, enjoying hanging with the kids. So watching a few shows, few animes. I checked out like the first episode of The Acolyte. I don't have any strong opinions on it yet. It's just like a lot of setup.
Seems like a lot of good buzz with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing like a lot of both sidesing, which is that's a good indicator for a Star Wars show, in my opinion. It's when people are like, it's good, and then other people are like, I can't believe this trash exists. It's like, yeah, strong emotions, let's go.
If anything, it's a very gifable show so far.
Yes.
Like, at least from an outsider looking at, like, it's like, wow, that looks cool. That guy looked pretty cool doing that little in the rain,
Yeah.
Oh man, there's gifts. I don't see no gifts.
I got the gifts, baby.
You guys share the gifts.
I got
share
the gifts.
Call us Kraft. Bob Kraft, Macaroni Kraft, whatever.
Bob Kraft, call us.
We'll take all the crafts. We just want to talk. Not even business. We just like you.
Oh, it's good stuff. We're all caught up on The Acolyte, actually. Has there been 5 episodes?
Yeah, it should be 5 episodes now.
Yeah. I will say 5 was really good. Like it's one of the most like violent episodes, I will say, of a Star Wars thing ever. Like it's just like 25 minutes of violence, kind of.
Give me that power.
It's cool.
Ridiculous.
I've been back and forth with the show in terms of like overall quality and everything else. I'm still very like, we're definitely going to continue. I'm still very, there's like a underlying mystery. It's kind of a mystery show. and they've given little breadcrumbs. There's been flashbacks. There's been stuff, and I think
There's also been like, I feel like big reveals that you might think is a big reveal, but it's just a smokescreen.
Yes, I think you're right. I think there's a lot of like they're trying to mislead you and everything else, and it's really going to come down to, I think, how well they like land the plane in the final. I think there's going to be 8 episodes total, so the final 3 episodes kind of have to really explain what's going on, I think, and come to a good conclusion. And then I'd be willing to say it's a really good Star Wars show, because there's some really solid like performances. There's way more like hand-to-hand fighting in it than has ever been in Star Wars, which is cool. Like you can see like, you know, Carrie Ann Moss is in the show and stuff, and she gets to show some of her Matrix, you know, kind of moves. And man, I don't
bones didn't break.
She's still got it, man. So there's a lot of in the story. There's a lot of like purpose of like not fighting with lightsabers. Like there's a story element of like it's important not to fight with lightsabers and stuff. So because of that, there's been a lot of hand-to-hand stuff and knife throwing and that's been really cool. Like the action
and the gun show.
And yes, and Manny Jacinto's gigantic arms. Yes, I'm wearing a sleeveless shirt in honor of Manny Jacinto.
Same,
both of you, guns are out. We missed the memo, Mike.
Dude's so ripped.
Rip the memo in half. No, you don't get to see mine ever.
But yeah, I think it's got promise. I think if they land the plane, it's at least got me more intrigued than like Obi-Wan, Book of Boba Fett, even Ahsoka. Even though I love that character and stuff, that series was not you know great.
Yeah, it was kind of meh.
Yeah, this one has a chance to be like, oh yeah, this is like a good, like this is what good Star Wars can be, like a first season of Mandalorian type, you know, quality stuff.
No.
So we'll see. But yeah, Acolyte. I don't know. Maybe check it out. Check out episode 5.
I might check it out.
Yeah.
I might check it out.
It's cool. They're pretty snappy. Like they've been like basically 25-minute episodes overall. Like especially if you know fast forward the skip recap and the credits and stuff, they've been like about 25 minutes a piece. So they've been easy watches. They go down easy.
You guys check out House of Dragon?
Yeah, we're caught up on that.
We're up to date on
How
that.
you feeling on that one, Kayla? Not the biggest fan, I know.
No, I'm still in it. I'm still in it. I don't know what to say about it. I think a lot of it is weird, but I want to see the dragons. So I'm
Play Elden Ring.
yeah. There's a lot of dragons going on. I'm enveloped.
Yeah, it's been.
I don't like any of the characters. I don't like any of them. I hate them all.
I've kind of accepted that is just what it is. Like it's which of these dumbasses is going to be on top? I don't know.
Yeah, there's no good guys,
that is
right?
it. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's tough to I'm like 1.5. I haven't finished episode 2. I really enjoyed episode 1, actually. I like it kind of got back to the grittiness that the show could like just take it somewhere you didn't think it could go.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of appreciated that, even in it's brutal stuff.
Yes.
in that one. But I kind of just like, oh, Otto, you fuck. Oh, I like hate you even more. You're the new hate champion. That's kind of, I just hate watch it now in a way. But
it's
still
beautiful to watch.
Right. There's still so much to appreciate with it, and it's so well made.
Mm-hmm.
But it is just like people in a dark castle, pretty much, that first episode, and not a lot going on outside of it. Whereas, Thrones, there was you were always, jumping all over this world, and one episode could just be a time traveling adventure or something, and one was just could be something quieter, and then another huge battle. But this is mostly just a lot of talking and, some dragons mixed in there, which is just neat. The dragons look good. Still no, there's a Kingler feeder hole in this show still, where, it's just, but maybe not, because just everyone's the villain in a way. And I don't know.
Every time I fight a crab in Elden Ring, I'm like, crab feeder. Yep. It just comes to mind every time.
If fucking Daemon Targaryen had to go up against one of those crabs in fucking Elden Ring, the whole Game of Thrones timeline would be different, because that crab would fucking squish. Those fuckers are tough.
I hate those crabs.
Yeah,
they've just got unlimited reach, unlimited reach.
And speed and everything. Like, they're just max stats in 2K. They are like, what the fuck? God.
LeBron versus Crab. I'd like to see that matchup in 2K. Good stuff. Yeah, House of the Dragon. Somehow we got to crabs in NBA 2K. We knew we'd do it. Anything else to hit on before July? Big. Now I got to check out the Owl House.
I found out that Owl House, Amphibia, and Gravity Falls are all kind of connected.
The art style looked similar. I when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay.
I think just all the shows all have little callbacks to.
That's fun.
They all have a sprinkle of Hirsch.
Yeah.
Love a connected universe. That's awesome.
Hirsch. Yeah.
Emil Hirsch or
Alex Hirsch.
Oh,
Alex.
Jed Hirsch. Okay.
No relation, I don't think. No relation. No. None of them are related to anyone.
No.
Ever.
All the Hirsch clan.
All orphans.
Hershey? Not of the Hershey family at all?
Maybe.
July. Let's talk about July, guys. We've got 15 items here on the docket for July. A little bit of a slower month in compared to June. We had so many premieres in June, so many huge items. But there's some cool stuff here coming in July. Starting with, on July 3rd, we've got Beverly Hills Cop Axel F coming to Netflix. There's a nice little 3-minute video online of Kevin Bacon explaining the entire Beverly Hills Cop franchise. I think he does a good job, and it's all with the theme, the Beverly Hills Cop theme, which is just iconic. Just a great song, great theme. What are we thinking about present day Eddie Murphy jumping back into the Detroit Lions sweaters and stuff like that to play Axel Foley again in a modern day? He still got it? What do we think?
Smells like a deep dive to me.
There we go. Gives us an opportunity.
Through all the cops.
Breakfast Club time.
Yeah. Did Mike look like Mike froze there for a second?
Yeah, we lost you for a second.
Beverly Hills Cop.
It just the power of Eddie Murphy is too strong. I think.
Palpable.
Yeah.
What was we didn't watch the Coming to America
We didn't. Mike
I don't know the
kinda
last
dug it.
thing I seen.
Wasn't great.
No, okay.
So that's why I'm kind of judging this, but off of on that scale.
I thought he was all right in what was that? You People? Was that movie? Yeah, he was like the dad
I
in
think
that.
Eddie still has it.
Yeah.
Eddie can still
Eddie
be the funniest person in the world, I think.
Yeah,
But how much of that is the script? How much of that is letting Eddie cook? Whereas, there's some kind of middle ground, I think, that has to be met there. I don't know if, the fourth Beverly Hills Cop movie is going to be that. They're bringing the band back together.
Yeah.
We get, Judge Reinholds and Bronson Pinchot. They fucking dusted his ass off. He's going to do the offensive voice again, I'm sure.
It's gonna be great.
Laddie!
It's gonna be great.
I don't know I know I got cut off there, but I've only seen Beverly Hills Cop 3 as the only one.
Really? Oh, okay. I've
one
only
that
seen the
takes
first
place-
one. So
I've seen most of 1 and 2, like, because they were always on cable. But 3 is the theme park one.
yeah.
And as a kid, I thought that one was really cool. I really liked it, even though it's considered dog shit now. But I don't know. We'll probably might check it out just to see if what Eddie's got.
JGL is his kind of partner,
That's
it
right.
seems, in this
That's
one. I'm interested to see. Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt
Charming man,
and
you know.
Eddie kind of cook together. It might be a good match.
Maybe that's a good point. I forgot that he's involved in that. So cool.
Yeah, the setup is that he is they're both obviously detectives, but JGL was dating Axel's daughter, who has been kidnapped. So that's the setup for the story and stuff. So I feel like it's gonna be a Lethal Weapon-esque, or Bad Boys, I guess. I think there's those themes.
You let my daughter get kidnapped.
Right, it's kind of some of that kind of stuff, and I think that's worked well in the past in those buddy cop movies.
If it ain't broke,
Waffles.
So, yeah, that's Beverly Hills Cop Axel F coming to Netflix on July 3rd. Go watch it as we celebrate Independence Day, On July 4th, Zenless Zone Zero, the most American game possible. This was a game drafted by UD. Describe this one for me, because me and Kayla watched a kind of a longer dive into the gameplay of this one, and it seems like there's a lot going on.
basically you're put into this world where it's sectioned off by weird dimensional bullshit going on. And then there's people who use the dimensional bullshit to make money, and you're part of a crew that does that. And that's kind of your interest in the game as the player is that you're jumping into this squad and you're trying to make money and figure out why the disturbances are happening, and you got to collect characters because it's a fucking character collector like all the other Hoyoverse games.
It's like a Genshin kind of, right?
In the sense of the character collecting and in that, but the combat is very reminiscent to I don't know, a 3v3 fighting game, because you can switch mid combo. There's a lot of very specific character abilities and inputs and things like that. They all use it's Genshin in the sense that the combat inputs aren't complex, but all the stuff you can do, the switching and the special abilities and all of that nonsense, that's where the complexity comes from. And it just looks really good. This is probably their most fluid, emotive game they've come out with, where the character models don't seem so stiff. So that's why I was really excited about it, because it looks like they're trying something very different with the stuff they usually put out.
Yeah, I saw a lot of like similar mechanics, at least in the combat, to like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. 7 Remake Rebirth.
Hmm.
And I mean, say what you will about that franchise, but like the combat is it's a lot of fun. So, if another studio is kind of aping some of that, then hell yeah. And like you said, it looked good. Like the character models and the action. It seemed like there's a lot of like big like scale bosses. It seemed like,
Yeah.
and that looked cool. Like they looked creepy as hell. Yeah. So that's Zenless Zone Zero coming to PS5, PC, iOS, and Android apparently as well. So that's interesting. On July 4th, here in the States, our Independence Day. Next day, Maxxine's coming to theaters, July 5th. This is the third in the Maxxine saga, the Pearl, and what's the other one? X, of course. There's 3 X's in Maxxine. I'm looking at it right here, and I couldn't
Just wrote down 3 X's.
3 X's. Some interesting early reviews on this one. A little bit hit or miss, people are saying, but I'm very excited.
I feel like you were either in or out on X and Pearl as well. Like I thought those were kind of not,
Not created for the masses.
accepted across the board. Yeah.
That's a good call out. Yeah.
And I'm in. I really X completely surprised me, and then when I found out, there's a prequel coming out, I would watch that. Oh shit, it's excellent. All right, and they're making a third one. Holy shit! Like, I'm in. Ty West, I believe, is the director of all 3 of these. Hey, dude had a vision. Saw he's seeing it through. I've heard that it's not as good as Pearl is what I've heard in one review, which I didn't expect it to be. But if it's going to be something completely different, this is supposed to be like a detective story kind of thing in raunchy 80s Hollywood, I believe, or 70s or 80s, I think.
Yeah,
70s, and it just looks so good. I don't know.
I guess it
Halsey,
was the 80s. I thought it was
come on.
70s, but it is the 80s. Must be like early 80s, right? In there. Yeah, so it is the 80s.
So,
Mia Goth does one thing really, really well, and I think that's what this requires. That's what Pearl required. That's what X required, and I don't know. She's a star, as Maxxine
she's the
would
muse,
say, right?
What have you guys ever seen Showgirls?
No, I have not.
Well, Christy Brinkley's character is just like a super confident, like, I'm going to be like, that's what Mia Goth brings and does it. Like she mastered it basically just like this. I'm going to be a star. Like I can just like, look at me, like, kind of thing that she's got going in these movies. And I don't know. I love them. They're great.
Yeah, that's exciting. Kayla was gonna have us hitch a ride with. Someone needed a chaperone for like a rated R movie, and we were like, well, we're gonna probably see it anyway. So like a family friend. So
because of that, I found out that on Wednesday night they have like an early showing at like 7:00. I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to do that too.
Yeah.
Wow.
It sounds.
I don't care if Sasha's there while I'm there.
Right.
But if she needed a chaperone, hey, I could do that for you.
Why not? Right? I mean,
I'll be there.
Man. Jeez.
Maxxine?
Buy him a keg of beer beforehand, too, guys. Jeez.
No, they
This
don't
podcast
drink.
Can be used against us in a court of law. Oh, good stuff. Maxxine coming to theaters July 5th, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Sunny is coming to.
She sees all the movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sunny is coming to Apple TV Plus July 10th. This is Rashida Jones led surreal sci-fi drama. What would you
mystery?
Yeah, it's all of those things.
Thriller?
I think so, yes. So the setup is Rashida Jones and her young family move to Japan because her husband works for some sort of I think she says he makes like refrigerators or something. So I think it's some kind of tech company in Japan that he's working for. He and it looks like they have a young child pass away tragically, and she has to kind of deal with the ramifications of that. So the company sends her a robot to deal with the grief. It was a robot that her husband designed. Unbeknownst to her, she thought he worked on refrigerators, but apparently he was working on advanced robotics. And then it seems to get crazy from there. Like, she's caught in...
Did he die in a plane crash?
Right. Like, what else was he working on? Shady corporations, maybe some Yakuza stuff. Who knows? It's Japan. This looks like a trip. I don't know. Like, it looks really, really good to me. And I dig all of the, like, sci-fi stuff that Apple TV has been throwing out, your Severances and Silos of the world and stuff. And this feels right in line with that, because it seems like it's quirky. Also, it seems like they're gonna lean into like Rashida Jones's comedic timing and everything else, but also it seems dark and twisted.
Looks like the husband has been in some Common Writer stuff, which is pretty cool.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he didn't seem familiar to me, the actor, but
the trailer is very interesting though, because it tells you like, oh no, my husband died in a plane crash, but he's also like very a part of the trailer. Yes. So a timeline, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if is it flashbacks, is it her like imagining like what the husband is thinking or doing. Like it's very twisty, it's very confusing, and I love that. Like, Kayla always talks about how she hates watching a trailer that just like, oh, you immediately know exactly like the plot points of a movie or a show or something, and gives away everything else. We've watched this a couple times now and been like, I don't know. There's robots. There's murder potentially. There's comedy. It looks wild. It looks super cool.
Murderous robots, maybe.
Murderous robots potentially. Yeah. There's blood on the tracks. Sunny, Apple TV Plus coming July 10th to all 5 of us that have Apple TV. Mike, did you have something on Sunny?
I just wanted to say, sorry, the Longlegs monster got me. Sorry.
Yes, of course.
And now I'm back. Every month, it seems like there's an Apple TV show that man, I wish I had Apple TV again. This breaks the streak. I think Sunny looks like shit. I don't want to watch any of that. So.
Damn.
That looked bad to me.
Shots fired.
So.
Shots fired at Sunny.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Parks and Rec or nothing, Rashida, for you. That's it.
That's the
all you're allowed.
I think.
Nah, you guys.
Dang, keep her in the box. You heard it here. Keep her in the box.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on to Sausage Party.
Nope.
Oh, right. She's a Coppola head. Right. Sausage Party, Foodtopia, coming to Prime.
Skip.
Skip it. Yeah, the crowd, they want it. They've been teased that this is coming out July 11th. This is the sequel to the movie Sausage Party, a movie we watched with Kayla's mom and stepdad, and that was a totally not awkward thing to do at all. However, Sausage Party is a phenomenal movie. I really, really like the Sausage Party movie. Not one to watch with your folks, I think. But,
I know. It's the words coming out of this man's mouth right now. Are you? There's no way you can keep talking about this. Get out of here.
Sausage Party, man. I like that.
Like Sausage Party. We all saw it, right? Kayla, Eric, we saw that.
I like it.
together, I believe.
Yeah, we saw it together initially.
It was fun. Yes.
Fun movie. So they're coming
It's
out.
ridiculous.
Oh, it's insane. It's gross. It's very like I'm interested to see how far they can go. I feel like Sausage Party came out at the tail end of what everyone says of like, oh, comedy's died in the last 10 years or, that kind of stuff. Like, oh, everything's woke and you can't make jokes no more. All that, BS. So it doesn't seem like they're pulling any punches in this whatsoever. This is a series, if I haven't mentioned that. It's going to be like 8 episodes. I think it's meant to just be a mini-series kind of event. At least that's how the trailer makes it seem. But it seems like it's more of the same. Seems like it's like a lot of...
Give me Seth Rogen.
Yeah, Seth Rogen-esque humor. We got Michael Cera in here. Who else? Kristen...
Edward Norton, Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig, yeah. Fun cast, and I don't know, more weird, gross food stuff, right? We need that.
Sure, Maya Rudolph will be in it.
Think so. This is on Prime, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which they do some raunchy shit, man. The Boys is pretty
Sure.
intense.
I watched that Kendrick Lamar concert, and that was like they killed a man that night. Man. Drake died that night. So.
Oh, right.
That's good.
Yeah, they're not afraid to push boundaries.
do you think every episode is going to end like sort of how the movie ended with like big existential hook and then orgy?
Kind of, yes. I think you're probably
There's going to be a lot of orgies.
There's going to be a
lot of food orgies.
I mean, there were like 5 orgies in the trailers, so I imagine those all aren't one episode, So, yeah. Sausage Party, Foodtopia, coming to Prime July 11th. Longlegs, the next day, coming to theaters. I don't know that I've been as excited for a horror movie in quite some time. I think this is a great example of that trailers can be good. By just like confusing you and showing you just a lot of weird shit that you're gonna run into in this film with Nicolas Cage. I think this looks so cool. It's Silence of the Lambs 7-esque kind of thriller.
I like those.
Yeah, it very much seems so. Micah Monroe, I think, is her name. The main actor.
It Follows.
Yes, yeah, she plays a Clarice Starling-esque character, a female FBI agent tracking what seems to be some sort of serial killings, ritualistic cult stuff. All music to my ears. And after Alan Wake last year and everything else, and the really cool, tough female FBI agent in a ritual killing kind of environment, I don't know. Sign me up. Longlegs looks great. I know Aaron's very excited for this one. And apparently Nicolas Cage is in it too, but he's like, he does a little voiceover in the trailer. I don't think you see him at all physically.
Apparently he's just terribly frightening.
Really? Okay.
I don't know. That's like, I just had one of those like Facebook articles that said, lead actress's heart rate exceeded this when she first saw like Nicolas Cage in the film, for the first time or whatever. So one of those BuzzFeed type dumb articles, but
sure.
I don't know. I've seen just the original teasers. There was like 1 or 2 quick little like 15-second trailers that now I'm in. I don't need to see anymore. I just want to see the film. Probably the most hype thing for the month for me as well.
Yeah, I think it almost seems like Nicolas Cage might be playing like a Hannibal Lester-esque character where he's maybe helping the FBI in some way. Like maybe he's a murderer who's been captured or something like that, and helping with the mystery. That's what I got, but I don't know. Like I said, even the full length trailer is kind of just a bunch of horrific scenes that don't really like tell you anything really other than like there's going to be murder in this, and there's going to be a mystery, and there's going to be weird cult shit in this, and like
Ooh,
it looks cool.
love a cult.
Love a cult.
Give me...
who doesn't love a cult, right? I mean,
personality, baby.
So that's Longlegs, coming to theaters July 12th. Spooky July. Another spooky looking game, Darkest Dungeon 2. Anyone play the original?
I have.
What'd you think of the original?
Oh, not for me. Brutally hard. You really have to know what you're doing in this game. It's basically you're playing like medieval Black Plague kind of times. You are venturing into these dungeons, and as you get deeper into the dungeon, the madness of your characters, of your party, goes up, and that just ramps up the difficulty once one of them goes mad and they start attacking each other, and you're fighting tough enemies at every at every turn. But it also has like this. It's a roguelike in the way of you're trying to venture into these things, go back to your town, upgrade your stuff. There's permadeath for characters, so that's always like a bummer too. Like you could level up, your cleric to, high levels, and then if they die, they're just fucking gone. It's just a tough as nails one of those, and you're either into that or you're not. I've heard good things about the second one. I know it's one of those things that's been in early access for years already, but this is finally going to be the 1.0. Just couldn't get me to touch this with a 10-foot pole. Like not for me.
I thought I'd never played the original, but it looks like it has all the elements of that original, everything that you're kind of mentioning. But this time you're in a caravan. You're like so that's the roguelike element, is you're constantly like venturing deeper and deeper in this caravan. And depending on which like route you're taking, that can change your gameplay depending on what you're bringing out with you, etc. The party members and all that. From early reviews, it seems like it is like punishingly, difficult and stuff like that. And the random nature of it is what really is getting to people. You might have a good run where you get some really good items, upgrades, and things like that, or even new characters that really work. But if one seemingly random, element comes up, it could completely tank a good run. But I think it looks cool. Like the battle system, it's turn-based but highly like stylized. You got characters on two sides, in kind of like a storybook, not too dissimilar, like a really dark version of A Thousand Year Door, the Mario game we just played through. It kind of has that, but yeah, turn-based combat, but just really stylized, like actions that your characters are taking and stuff like that. And the art style's really cool. They called it like heavy line art style was what they mentioned.
Definitely that, yes. And a lot of shadow.
Yeah. So to me, it's the aesthetics of it look really cool. Heard it's about 60 hours of a game, so that's quite a commitment. But
then that's probably if you're good at it.
I think there's some variability there too.
Yeah.
Coming to PS5, PS4, and Switch, which is interesting. July 15th. Any Darkest Dungeon thoughts, D?
No, I watched a streamer play Darkest Dungeon, and it looks like a very interesting game with the mechanics of switching out the party and the permadeath and all that. Like, all those things look really entertaining. It's not necessarily a game I gravitate to. Like, roguelikes aren't like my bread and butter, if you will. But I do love getting my hands on them for a little bit, like playing for a while. But I always end up kind of like dropping them or putting them down and forgetting about them. So
you could do that too on July 15th. Pick it up, put it down. Darkest Dungeon 2. July 17th, we get Nobody Wants to Die coming to PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. First person kind of narrative, adventure, puzzle solving, noir game set in 2300 in New York. This looks cool. It doesn't seem like there's any combat. Seems like it's just a detective mystery type game with various like time bending elements. You've got a little wrist cuff that can like turn back the time on a murder scene or whatever, kind of thing. You're a detective. I don't know if a game like without any combat and everything is what I want right now, but this game just looks really cool. I think I like the setting, and the technology seems to be like that retro futuristic stuff. I think that fits so well in like a weird future noir detective story, when the technology is unique. Yeah, any interest in Nobody Wants to Die out there?
Little.
Go ahead,
More
Kayla.
interest in Dungeons, Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah, I thought
this
you.
for me.
Yeah, I thought you thought that one looked pretty cool. Yeah.
You guys scared me with how hard it was, but
It is it's high bar to entry. I don't know. It just wasn't fun for me. I didn't have a good time with that first one. I don't think the second one offers any kind of leniency and as far as that goes. But this game I think looks pretty neat. It has like the Obra Dinn mechanic of seeing what happened at a scene kind of thing. It has like Arkham Asylum gadgets, kind of like spraying something to reveal like footprints or something.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird. It's an interesting kind of world because you can see like Tommy guns, even though there's flying cars. It's like a 20s meets Blade Runner kind of thing. Minority Report. Mm-hmm. I'm interested to just see if it's interesting. Like, I don't know. Watching gameplay of it, the voice acting was not like superb to me. The main character is kind of going for like a real, hey, get out of here, New Yorkie kind of thing to me. And I hope it's good. Is this coming to Game Pass? Is this a Game Pass kind of game? Because it seems like it should be.
That's a good question. I don't know if that one's coming to. No, I think it is. Yeah, I think I saw the Game
Okay,
Pass
so that
right.
Okay, it just screamed when I watched the trailer. I'm like, yeah, Game Pass for sure, probably. And I would like to check it out. I still want to play that Still Wakes the Deep.
I was just going to mention Still Wakes the Deep.
And I both of these kind of hold the same kind of place in my gaming catalog, where I'm like, man, I want to check those out. I think those are going to grab me, and I just don't know if I'm going to have the time.
Yeah,
it's one of those.
The nice thing is Still Wakes the Deep is what 5 hours maybe, Kayla, we played?
Yeah, it was a quick one.
Yeah.
This is probably around that-ish, I would hope. Not too long. Because LA Noire, that goes on, that's like kind of a drag kind of game to me.
Yeah. Yeah, if you strip out all the exploration and combat and stuff, you could have a really good detective focused, like, hey, I'm going to solve some cases kind of thing.
Right.
Nobody Wants to Die. July 17th, coming to PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. Next day, Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. This is coming to Game Pass in addition to PS5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. So it's cross-gen on that one. One of maybe the last. We'll see. Action adventure platformer, kind of very much got vibes of like God of War-esque type gameplay. This is the one, if you remember, we talked about it because it was featured in an Xbox showcase last year, I want to say, and then again this year, I believe.
This year and last year, yeah.
So it seems third person action adventure type gameplay, set in a cool world of, it looks like the gods and humans are at war, and the gods are like summoning various beasts and zombies and all kinds of things, and you're like a freedom fighter for the humans. And you've got a little pet that like can also help you get around the looks like a little like a carbuncle from Final Fantasy or something. It's like a flying squirrel thing. Like,
it does look really cool.
It's carbuncle coated, at least, Final
Fantasy 8 carbuncle is goated. Great carbuncle.
It's good one. He's like green in that one, real like emerald. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
This one's like black in color, I think. The one in Flintlock, right, Kayla? The little beast.
Yeah, charcoal.
Yeah. I know you were real interested in this one when we saw it last year, Kayla. Like that was one.
I remember
that. It was really kind of short, I think, what they showed, but it was cute. And then this year, I feel like it was kind of like, oh, that's what it's like. Like I felt like we didn't like there was.
Was there a lot of air dashing in that kind of
the original one?
And like what they showed this year, was that I remember
it looks like you can somehow like fuse with the creature that like your companion creature, and somehow that allows you to like teleport, air dash, like there's movement based in that. So there
I like that stuff. I like that.
Yeah, it seems like that type of movement and platforming will be a big part of it. And because you're fighting like gods and monsters and stuff like that, it seems like there's going to be a lot of like large scale God of War-esque like your character versus just a thing that fills the entire screen, and you got to figure out how to like kill these gods and monsters. But that seems like the big theme is like how do humans go about killing these gods and these creatures? So seems cool. Another Game Pass game. So I think it had back-to-back good showings in years for the Xbox showcase. So hopefully,
yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah. So that's
me too.
There's a demo, so I'm gonna.
Oh yeah!
Check it out.
Oh, sick!
Yeah.
I bet you it's a perfect game to demo, because once you can kind of like see, oh, do I like this like combat system, and do I like traversing this world? Then it's just gravy. If you don't, then you probably don't pick it up. But like if you do, then it's like, all right, hell yeah. Awesome, good call out on that. Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn, demo out now apparently. Coming July 18th. Same day, Dungeons of Hinterberg, coming to Xbox Series, PC, and Game Pass. Interesting concept. So very German game, it seems. You're like in a little kind of like German ski chalet type town, but also you venture out into various dungeons and overworlds and fight monsters. So there's like, it's like Monster Hunter meets cozy game kind of vibes to this one. Like the art style, and the trailer we watched this morning was real kind of tongue in cheek. I liked the comedy of it all. It seems like it might be a funny game, maybe, or just funny.
It was like a tourist video
Yes.
kind of introduction to Hinterberg. Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Looks cool. Looks probably like a smaller type game, but I don't know. I like the art a lot.
Love the look. Love the charm, the humor. Combat looks like a little, button mashy, just kind of generic, but maybe it's not. I don't know. The dungeoning looked like you're doing, puzzle solving. It looks like it's a lot more going on than what's going on like in a Stardew Valley kind of thing.
There's definitely climbing and stuff also. So yeah, it looks like
it had a lot going on, like Ratchet and Clank's grinding in certain parts, minecart stuff, like a lot of different kind of gameplay going on. I don't with the cozy, like, doing stuff in your town kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I like that too. I'm into this for sure.
Yeah, looks like it might have some RPG mechanics, because I saw, like, as the combat was unfolding, there's a lot of like numbers popping off and stuff. So
Sure.
I'm thinking it's probably got some RPG elements.
Probably got loot and all that, and
Yeah.
take your loot back to town and sell it. Kind of stuff.
Got the loot. Take the loot.
Gotta do it.
Yeah.
Well, you can loot the Dungeons of Hinterberg on July 18th if you've got an Xbox Series, PC, or Game Pass. That's Dungeons of Hinterberg. The next day, Lady in the Lake, another one of those Apple TV Plus joints on July 19th. So this is a Natalie Portman-led series. Has she done much TV work at this point? I'm trying to think what else Natalie Portman's been in TV-wise.
The Portman.
Besides SNL, I'm
Right.
drawing a blank.
Yeah, one of my faves. I love Natalie Portman, and the setup for this one's really cool. So it's 1960s. I think East Coast somewhere, Baltimore, maybe something like that, Philadelphia. So we're the setup is, we're deep in the civil rights movement and everything else, and Natalie Portman is a looks like she's a housewife who really wants to be more. She wants to be like a reporter, and she's kind of tracking murders, or at least like a murder. The Lady in the Lake, who was found, a black woman who was like found dead in a local lake, and she's kind of doing the whole true crime thing, but it looks like she's not only dealing with that aspect, like being a woman in the 1960s, but also being like a white woman at the height of the civil rights movement who's trying to like make a name for herself reporting on a black tragedy, right? And everything that's happening to that community. Looks just like a really interesting mystery, because it seems like there's more to Natalie Portman's character, like maybe she has something to do with it. I get vibes of like
It's very confusing.
yeah, I get what's
Very
the Jake Gyllenhaal
confusing.
movie that we talk about all the time?
Stalker.
Prisoners?
No,
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler. I got Nightcrawler vibes of just like, hey, reporter who might be like doing something shady to get the story, that kind of thing. And
Nightcrawler is not subtle about it.
right. I think this one's a little more subtle, a little more mystery involved in this one. But I'm excited to see Natalie Portman cook, and I'm excited for I think this is another example of like a trailer that doesn't give away too much. It's like it just sets up a weird world and plot and everything else, and I don't know.
It didn't catch me. It just kind of confused me. I think Kayla and I might be in the same boat. It's a lot of just flash, like here is everything you're going to see. It's
And
like
she's mad. Like, I think she's crazy.
She might be.
Man, I don't know. It's strike two for Apple. I don't know.
Man.
Can't be dingers all the time.
D, you got to defend Apple right now and defend Natalie Portman's honor.
Their billions and trillions depend on you, right? Their stock.
I can only defend Natalie Portman. I can exclusively defend Natalie Portman and nothing else.
She's a national treasure, Natalie Portman.
Take to the seas, my brothers. Apple doesn't deserve our money.
Hey,
No.
I don't care how you get Lady in the Lake. Watch Lady in the Lake, folks. That's what I'm saying.
Support Natalie Portman how you will.
Exactly. So that Lady of the Lake is coming to Apple TV Plus and the ocean, the high seas, apparently, July 19th. Same day, Kayla, what do we got?
Oh, Twisters.
Twisters. I knew. I knew
Let's
even
go.
if you didn't have the list in front of you, if I prompt you, you'd get it. Coming to theaters. Is this technically a sequel, or is this like just a reboot of the franchise? I haven't gotten
Twisters.
right. Yeah,
The Twisters.
I don't think like Helen Hunt's in it, right?
I don't
Or
think so, and I don't think Bill Paxton's in it.
Hologram Bill Paxton.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I'm pretty
it's
sure
going to
he's
be,
not in it.
Hologram Philip Seymour Hoffman though will.
Oh man,
will
that'd
be-
That would
great.
go hard. That'd go hard.
Um,
I'd watch it.
Carrie Ells, they regenerated him as his character died in the first one, but that
Man, speaking of Philip Seymour
Spoiler.
Hoffman, Kayla and I watched through all of the Hunger Games films, including the new one recently, and
yeah.
and man, what casts those movies had, including Philip Seymour Hoffman. I think his like literal last role was in a Hunger Games movie.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Him and Sutherland just chewing up scenery, right? in
oh
those?
yeah, and Jeffrey Wright,
R.I.P. to
Julianne
Donald.
Moore, like holy shit. Yeah,
Mm.
R.I.P. Philip Seymour Hoffman. It's been a while, and also R.I.P. Donald Sutherland. It's been less of a while, recent on old Donnie. But back to Twisters, guys. Glenn Powell, off his rousing success of Hitman, rousing success to some maybe. Is leading the Twister crew along with Kaylee Spanny. That's her name, right?
Civil War,
Civil War, yeah.
Mayor of Easttown.
Right, she was in Mare of Easttown. Yeah, she's good. She's really good. I'm interested to see them working together. What do we think? Did we need another Twisters movie?
Didn't know I did. I've never seen the original.
Oh,
Shock.
it's just a fun. It was at that time in the 90s, like post Jurassic Park, where they wanted to get you in with the spectacle, and this one delivered. I got to see it in the theater as a kid, and they show it, in the trailer. You want to see that cow flying back, you wanted to see shit fucking fly. I don't know how much practical stuff in it, like, because they drove through that fucking house in the first, they made that fucking house and they did it. It wasn't, of course, the tornadoes are all digital, but at least the destruction wasn't. I don't know if they're bringing that with the sequel. But I don't know. It's something about that movie just holds a place in my heart. I don't I don't know. It's when Paxton was just cooking. He was in Titanic after that. He was just like, I don't know. I wish he could be in this one. I wish he was still here. But and Hoffman, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I don't know if it's going to recapture that magic that one has for me, but I don't know. It's going to be just a big fun blockbuster, It's probably going to have the same kind of story structure as that first movie. There's not much you could do with storm chasing, but I don't know. How's everyone else feeling? You hyped?
Hyped.
I know Kayla
Good.
is. It's
Good.
from day one. Yeah, I think you're so right about that, like mid-90s period of just all of the disaster movies. You had Volcano and Twister and Dante's Peak, and I mean, I'm definitely forgetting Titanic. I think is like tail end of that. Still, I think it counts. You know,
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah.
Even like your Jaws, your Jurassic Park, like they were such big spectacle things, you know?
yeah. The
course,
definition
yeah.
of
Like
a
Mike
summer
said.
blockbuster.
Right.
And
I think this has got it. I
Independence
think it's
Day.
gonna pull at
Independence
those
Day,
nostalgic
yeah.
fucking things.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think you're right.
I think this is also we're gonna see a lot of people who don't ever go to the movies who are like, oh, I remember Twister, you wanna go see Twister? And then they go see Twister with their sister. I don't know.
See Twister
Sisters,
with your
Twister.
sister.
That's right. Twisted Sisters.
Oh, here we go. All right, that's the new
Sisters, there it is.
the new Barbenheimer is
Need Iron Maiden to record that that song real fast.
Oh, I love it.
With Gwen Powell just doing his weird hitman thing.
Gosh.
We have a title. Bring your sisters to Twisters.
I love it.
Damn it.
Oh, I love it. Oh, D, Twisters, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely getting something out of it. I don't know. I just love all the like complicated wind tunnel stuff they were doing in the OG. So it's like, what is this movie gonna bring? Like, what crazy thing are they gonna market as? Oh, we tried this crazy thing for the shoot. So
Yeah.
that's
Stunt
pretty much the
people.
only way I'm. Yeah. Stunt people eating for this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of I want what's his name? George Miller. I want him to make a Twister movie, right? Like there's there's that awesome storm in Fury Road, you know, like
Oh yeah.
Let that motherfucker take a rest, okay? He's old.
Let him
90
rest.
years old, yeah. Oh boy. Twisters. Coming to theaters July 19th. July 26th, possibly the movie of the summer. I'm sure Marvel hopes so. Deadpool and Wolverine coming to theaters on the 26th. The film that needs to save the MCU, apparently. MCU Jesus is Deadpool in the trailer. So says Ryan Reynolds. What do we think, guys? Does Deadpool and Wolverine get us back on track? Does it? Can it? Is that even possible?
No.
Deadpool has no tracks. Like this
There's
is
no
not
tracks, dude.
the franchise to reroute anything. This is not what
They should not. They really shouldn't. I'm with Mike on this one.
This is usually just a little fun wild ride.
A very good wild ride.
Sure.
I've enjoyed both Deadpool movies, specifically because they have absolutely nothing to do with anything other than Deadpool. So we'll see. It looks like they're really doing tongue in cheek, especially the trailer about the whole MCU shit in the bed. So
I don't. Why do we need that? Like I don't know. Like we've had pop culture's been doing like it's been a joke for a few years now. If they're trying to just say, "Oh, we know we screwed up, but now we're now old Deadpool's here to clean up our act," like.
there's just a
I'm not
TVA
falling for
bit.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the TVA bit in the trailer, which I thought was just tone setting for the movie.
I don't know. To have Hugh Jackman back, I don't want it. Like I don't know. It just makes me angry. I don't like the idea of this movie. It's just pandering shit. I don't know. Is there going to be a lot of cool cameos and stuff? Of course. It's going to be great to have all of every little bad guy in from X-Men and every little, everything's gonna be in there.
Jennifer Garner's Elektra. I mean, come on.
Yeah, if all of the bad movies, are going to be in it, maybe Ben Affleck's Daredevil pops out too. Who knows?
God, I would love that.
Why? But why? Why would you love it?
I want to see Ben Affleck
Comedy?
Yeah,
comedy?
the comedy.
Yeah, it's a
It doesn't
comedy
do
movie.
anything
Like,
for
what do
me
you
for
mean?
the MCU, but
It's Ben Affleck and his like dead fit, his like meme,
The meme?
image.
But
Yeah,
why are they trying to say like it's going to reset your expectations of what the MCU like?
It's not that.
Though it is just going to be like Deadpool 1 and 2. It's going to think, make fun of that. Like, we're going to have Brad Pitt and he's not going to say a word, and you're not going to know it's Brad Pitt until he gets electrocuted. It's
what a great scene.
Ryan Reynolds. God.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. It's going to make a ton of money. If that's Marvel's bottom line, then yes, it will save them for this year or whatever.
I mean, yeah.
But I'm not going into this thinking it's setting up Fantastic Four or X-Men or anything like that, or the Blade movie's third director might be revealed or something. I don't know.
The fourth director, Mike.
Oh gosh.
Thank you. I don't know. I don't need it.
They're just gonna keep going through directors until like Jordan Peele's just like, fuck, I'll do it, fine. That's just what it like. He'll literally, they're like, there are no more directors in Hollywood, so I think like it's gotta be like that's how the union works, right? Like if everyone else passes on it, eventually Jordan Peele has to do it.
Saving Jordan Peele. We have to protect Jordan Peele at all costs so he can.
He's busy with
the Blade movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say he can't do it. He's busy with Kojima making that weird game.
Yeah. Gosh.
Make it. Let's Kojima make a movie. He knows how to do cool sword shit.
Man,
He does. He does know how to do cool sword shit.
Maybe Kojima's in Deadpool and Wolverine. Could happen.
Could be.
Could be.
Okay. Over under Kayla on Ben Affleck's Daredevil being in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Over.
Okay, I love it. All right. Good stuff. Deadpool and Wolverine coming to theaters July 26th. Mike will be nowhere near it. Limited release, same day. Starve Acre. Coming to limited release to theaters. This is the Matt Smith and Morfred Clark folk horror film that looks. I think this looks really intriguing. It looks like they've maybe lost a child. They're in this like isolated, probably English village. I think they're both English. And it just looks like a portrait of like a grieving father going crazy and maybe getting into the occult or something. I got like the witch vibes from it a lot, I would say. It just I don't know. I like Matt Smith a lot. I've only seen Morfred Clark in Rings of Power at this point, but
that's Galadriel.
Yeah,
right, okay.
yeah. I thought her performance in Rings of Power was really good, so I want to see them together. It seems like it's like the two of them kind of playing off of each other in this folk horror film. Yeah, Starve Acre. Hopefully, it comes to like a theater anywhere near here. It seems like one of those. Like I saw the TV Glow, I could not see the TV Glow because it's nowhere within 30 miles. But,
right. That'll be a Hulu joint soon, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Anytime a trailer can say "Descent into Madness," I'm kind of in. So, and this trailer does that exact thing. thing, and I'm kind of in. Give me Lighthouse on a Farm.
Yeah, Lighthouse. Yeah, feels like Lighthouse a little bit. You're a Matt Smith fan, right, Kayla? I mean, you've enjoyed his work.
Yeah, he is a hit or miss for me. He's very interesting. I find him interesting. He's a very good actor.
He is.
He's got that farm look. He's
got that creep me out. I will be uncomfortable watching him do this.
Yeah.
Any interest in the English spookies, D?
Very little, but it does look really interesting. Like from what I've seen and looked up, it looks like, I don't know. It's always with like the atmosphere of these movies is usually what kind of makes me want to, okay, maybe I want to check it out. Just because of the way it's shot, it just looks very reminiscent of those like late 80s, early 90s. Like, I don't know. It's just really kind of visually gripping enough for me to be like, oh, okay, I'll check it out.
I found that I love like a rolling hills of England or Ireland set anything at this point. I think like Men or Banshees of Inisherin. I think like you just capture that shit on film, and I'm gonna at least be like mildly interested in, if nothing else, the setting. You know, some crumbling buildings, farmhouses, or something. And yeah, I'm hooked at least from that. So,
Eric, quick aside: Banshees of Inisherin, is that a Dudes Rock movie?
Is that a Dudes Rock movie? That's kind of a Dudes Suck movie, right? Like,
I don't know who they're rocking.
I think that's a Dudes Suck movie. Yeah. I think that's a Dudes Suck movie. That's a good call. Damn. Ringer,
sorry,
call us. Starvaker coming to limited theaters maybe around July 26th. And wrapping up July, we've got get this, the second part of the 8th season of Futurama, a series that started in 1999, folks, is on its 8th season now on Hulu. It was, so I was going through this with Kayla in the pre-show, because it's been canceled twice. Originally it was on Fox from like 99 to 2003. Then it was on Comedy Central for a handful of seasons from like 2013 to 2016. A bunch of episodes, about, like 50 episodes. And then now it's on Hulu. I don't know if I mentioned that. Since its 8th season started, and they've cut it up into 2 10-part. So the first half of season 8 is available, 10 episodes, and 10 more episodes are starting on the 29th on Hulu. Kayla and I, as a little bit of a side, we've started watching Futurama from the beginning. It's our new like nightly let's watch an episode, show. Go to bed. How are you liking it, Kayla?
I like Futurama. It's one of those shows that I knew of, but have never really sat down and watched. I've seen episodes here and there growing up. It was something that was always on, but never like in order to follow anything. So it's been interesting.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff I didn't know in the super random episodes I've caught.
Yeah, it's great. Now you'll understand all of Tomas's references, because he's constantly making references to like the Crushinator, right, and stuff like that. So now you'll get all of Tomas's references. It's great.
And you'll laugh and you'll laugh. And you'll laugh.
I'm an OG. I saw the premiere, I remember, in 99 of Futurama. It was kind of like a big deal. I think it was a Super Bowl like premiere kind of thing. Yeah, I've been a fan ever since. I never really checked out its Comedy Central run, but I loved its run on Fox originally. I think I've seen every episode of that original run. for my part, there's 2 episodes. Everyone knows Jurassic Park as like the saddest episode of television maybe ever, but I think there's another episode in that first run that is also just as sad and awesome. And I think it's Matt Groening, you know, it's the Simpsons guy. It's a lot of the same you know, gags and stuff as the Simpsons, but I think set in that universe is just so cool. Fender Bending Rodriguez, you know, formerly of the Bracket of Nonsense for about 3 seconds, I think.
That's right.
You a Futurama
Put it in a
guy,
body
D?
bag.
You like Futurama, D?
I think I've rewatched all of it 5 times.
Okay. I
Oh,
kind of thought it might be your jam.
It's just I don't know. It's definitely one of my comfort shows. It's one of the shows I can put on and like 100% know I'm gonna enjoy it because the cast of characters is super fun. I don't think it's a modern achievement of like television or anything, but it is one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, I think. And that's July, guys. July 2024 ends with Futurama on Hulu on July 29th. Mike, you said it was Longlegs for you? Was your number one? Was that your most anticipated?
if I can pick first, I'm taking Longlegs. Just it seems like it's gonna be what I wanted Barbarian to be, just chills. I don't want the back half to be funny Justin Long stuff. I just want chills, and I think that'll be it. Maxxxine would be the close second, but Longlegs for me.
How about you, Kayla? What's your number one for July?
You know, I guess I'll say Twisters.
Yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
I think it is going to be a big summer. Like, I think it's going to do well. I think we're going to see uptick in people going to the movies, and that's what I want.
Sisters Twister.
Ooh.
Oh, that's so good.
That's a sweet spot for me right there.
D, I don't want to typecast you. I've got an idea what yours might be, but you know,
Are you sure?
surprise me.
I bet you could coin flip
Okay.
and pick one of the ones I would pick. But no, I am actually really excited for Zenless Zone Zero. I've actually been following it for a long time, so I'm like very excited for it to come out and see if it runs as smoothly as they keep saying it's running. So
Yeah, that looks fun. I think I'm gonna pick Deadpool and Wolverine. You know, despite Mike and all of his anger,
the falling.
I hope that it's just another good Deadpool movie. Like D said, like those first two are a lot of fun, are cool, and as much as I was okay with Logan ending like Hugh Jackman's run, we're going from man. Hugh Grant as Wolverine is
He looks pretty cool.
yeah, Heretic. But anyway, I was okay with Logan ending Hugh Jackman's run as Wolverine, seeing him in the suit and seeing him interact with Deadpool and stuff. I'm like, all right, I can watch more of and if this is the end of it, then that's fine too. But I don't know. Skivvy. Apparently, if he could still get gigantic at 60 years old or whatever he is at this point, then hey, Hugh, you're my Wolverine.
Hang it up, Hugh. Hang it up. Come on now.
Oh, so that was
Never hang it up, Hugh.
never. And if you need Hugh Grant to jump in and do your stunts for you, we'll make that happen. All right, July 2024 comes to a close. We are excited for Zenless Zone Zero, Longlegs, Twisters, and Sisters, and Deadpool and Wolverine. Episode 172 is in the books. Check us out all over social media. We're at The Machine of Nonsense. Drop us a line, theMachineOfNonsense@gmail.com. Sorry, I said The Machine of Nonsense. It's just machineofnonsense@gmail.com. Check us out everywhere you find fine podcasts. Go write a review or upvote us or whatever you do on your apps there. Do it on YouTube. A lot of you guys are watching on YouTube nowadays. Like that's at least half of our viewership at this point has come from YouTube.
Oh,
It's kind of wild.
People love YouTube.
People love YouTube. Hey, check us out.
Thank
We're
you.
if you didn't know we're on YouTube, we're on YouTube. But hit those like buttons and subscribe buttons and all those things. And
hit the bells and the
yeah,
whistles.
share with a friend.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Episode 172 is done. July 2024. We are getting out of here and saying, Twister Sister.
Twist.
Sisters.
Da-da-da.
Bye-bye.
Twist out.